We begin tonight with that wild follow-up story, breaking new details on the conditions of nearly 80 animals, including a zebra. They were seized from a West Omaha home last week. We want to warn you here, some of the new information is disturbing.
Yes, the Nebraska Humane Society started investigating this case because of a witness tip. Court documents allege photos and videos show dead animals scattered around the property. The witness claimed an alpaca and its baby died from lack of care and were thrown into a burn pit. The photos allegedly show a horse, a pony, cattle, and pigs with overgrown hooves, and investigators say the cattle appeared thin and undernourished.
The property owner, Nicholas Sakis, has been cited for 8 counts of animal cruelty. There are, among other charges, as court date is set for September 8th.
Also breaking tonight.